Welcome back to the podcast. It is I, Michael.
And me, Matt Chin. Are we going to do this every single time we start podcast?
I don't know yet. I'm going to try to change it up every once in a while. But right now, I'm just so tired and we're already late and stuff. I'm sorry about that. Had to go downtown to pick up stuff first and then come up. That's why I was like...
Damn, boy.
Usually, I'm before you. Usually. I tried to be, but... yesterday, I decided to get back into my old habits. So... I found my Pokemon cards, and I was talking to one of our neighbors here, and he's a very big Pokemon advocate, like collector, TCG player, all that stuff. So I got into a talk about it, and so I'm trying to rebuild my deck to make it more official, so I can actually play Standard League. And what happened?
Competitively?
I'm trying to join into tournaments. Yeah.
Damn, boy.
Yeah, so I'm trying, but. What happened was, so as we're talking, we realized that the card game, the trading card aspect of it, the collectible aspect of it, has basically changed a lot, especially since the hype of it, right, back in the COVID time. So I realized I have a binder, I open it, and I'm trying to figure out what card's worth money, because I have a lot of holos. I have like a whole binder full of it. And then I realized that as I'm going through it, I search it up, there's a few cards in there that if they were mint in perfect grade, it'd be worth $1,000, and I have a few of those right now. And then there's one card that I found that kind of made me sad was, it's a very old Gengar. And if it was a perfect grade card, it's a $3,000 card.
Bruh.
But because as a child, you play with it, you get your greasy fingers and thumbprints on it, it's now worth nothing. So it is what it is.
How badly is it damaged?
There's marks everywhere.
Okay.
It's not bent. But it's definitely not something that you can present to people, okay?
Uh-huh.
So I was here till 4 a.m. last night because I was as I was just trying to build a deck, I realized that there's some common cards that are really, really old that are actually worth some money. I have this one energy card back in 2011. It's worth $27. I requested this, there's a shop called Hobbiesville. I'm going there probably tomorrow later after the car and coffee. Oh yeah, having coffee tomorrow, but that's a different story. Just so that I can collect my money for it, because forget it. I want to build my deck, I want to collect some money. And then yeah. I already bought 15 holographic holo energies. And if you don't know what it is, it's to play the card game, and it's one of those is worth 20 of the holo ones. So I'm like, perfect, this is exactly what I needed. But yeah, that's why I couldn't wake up, and then I got down there late, and I came up late, and then there was someone buying an intake today, so sorry about that. It is my fault that we started late.
Damn, bro, big money on holographic Pokemon cards.
I know, guy. Maybe I'm going to try to get them graded and see if they're actually mint. If they're mint, I'm going to see if I can sell it. They need money for card points, bro. My clutch needs to be done.
Did you just buy 15 holographic energy cards?
Yes, by trading that one old school rare energy card.
But I thought you were trying to sell more of your cards.
Yeah, but that's the other cards. Those are different cards. I have many, many cards. There's a whole... Last night, I was here at 12, because I came back at midnight, and I stayed until 4, sorting and organizing everything, okay? So that's how many cards I had. And I figured out what was worth money, so I'm going to probably sell them and make more money off of it. But... yeah, off the tangent.
Okay, what are our topics for today?
Well, actually, I thought about it. EV cars. You love them or you hate them? Should they exist? Should they not exist? And I found out some very interesting facts from Toyota recently. And I might misquote it, but I can talk about it today. But before I get into the hard stuff, what do you think about EV cars, Matt?
Alright, I'm about to go fucking off. You guys ready for this? EV cars are, if you saw that last podcast that we had about modifications, I think about it the same way. There are EV cars that I appreciate, but I would never own. Plaid, I think the Plaid's a very cool car, very fast, very nice, but the way that the Plaid's marketed, it's so fast in a straight line, doesn't handle that well until the track package comes out, but we don't know about that yet. And it's massive. The car's massive. To me, the Tesla Plaid is like a Hellcat.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's big, it's practical, and it's fast in a straight line. Not me. It's just like I appreciate it as a car. It's a technological marvel, right?
Yeah.
See, that sort of performance from such a massive car, it's a technological marvel. I can't fault them for the engineering stuff, right? But it's not me. Like if I want like a sedan, I want it to be my daily, right? And if I want it to be my daily, I'm probably going to be driving at slower speeds, aka not on the track, not doing blistering speeds. So I want the car to be like my CRZ, fun at slower speeds. If I want a high performance vehicle that performance levels that the Tesla Plaid offers, I want it to be a sports car, not a sedan.
You know about the Tesla Roadster that they're gonna create?
Well, it's not here yet. But.
Yeah. So, but what about that then?
Yes, the Rimac Navara.
Yeah.
The Batista, the Pininfarina Batista is another multi-million-dollar hypercar electric. Absolutely, I'm all for it. So I think it comes back to like the mods again. There are mods that can never be me, aka the Plaid, and there are mods that will always be me. Hypercars with crazy amounts of power. I saw the Rimac Navara drifting, and I was like, yo, it's dead silent. All you hear is tire screeching noises, but it looks so sick, and it's fast as heck, can't deny it. And that car is much more up my alley. So I definitely think like when it comes to EVs as a whole, there are EVs that I would enjoy, and there's EVs. Oh yeah, okay. So the mods can be in 3 categories.
Okay.
Mods that I think are awesome but can never be me. Mods that I hate regardless. The stripe, the concept, never be me, should never be anyone.
Yep.
And then the third category is mods I think are sick and I would own.
Okay.
So in the first category, we have things that can never, or that I think are cool but can never be me. Tesla Plaid. Things that I hate, absolutely atrocious, awful cars. The Mitsubishi IMEV. the
stupid little dinky.
Yeah, the BMW i3.
Yeah.
The Tesla, not Tesla, the smart car.
Yeah.
The EV smart car.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a little cool. It's like a little city thing. But
Nissan Leaf.
Nissan Leaf? Yeah, no, absolutely not. And these like basic NPC commuter cars, never be me. Never be me, and I don't appreciate them either.
Okay,
There's
fair enough.
Not good AVs. Chevrolet Bolt. I'm pretty sure that was also an awful one.
You know what's funny? There was a Nissan Japan. How they marketed the Leaf was they lined up a Leaf against a 180 SX S13.
Okay.
And it beat it to the quarter mile.
Dude, if I wanted my food cooked fast but not well, I would buy a microwave. But since I like quality, I'm gonna buy the S13, which is like they cook it like a barbecue. It's slower.
A cast iron pan.
Exactly, it's slower, but it's just better quality. And then the last like category of EVs and mods are things that I think are sick and will be me, or hopefully will be me. Will be like the hypercars, the Pininfarina Batistas, the Rimac Navaras. So that's how I categorize EVs.
Okay, remember
Tesla Roadster when it.
Oh yeah. But here's the thing though, right? Honda said that they're gonna revive the Prelude, but that it's gonna be a EV, maybe a hybrid variant, but it's gonna have an EV car, like EV Prelude for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Dodge Chargers are now EV or hybrid, as well, and it's declared that it's coming out already. And then I guess the Mach-E is one of those you don't care for, you don't ever want it because it's not exactly a Mustang, and you always didn't like Mustang to begin with.
I would be more accepting of the Mustang Mach-E if they didn't name it a Mustang.
So if its name is like something else.
If they named it something
Tornado,
else,
for example.
Tornado, yeah, sure. That's a weird name. I don't know.
I don't know.
But if they named it, if they didn't try so hard to make it a Mustang, I'm all for it.
Okay, so that one you would have been okay with.
I'd be okay with. I might not buy it because it's not really up my alley in terms of cars. But I think it's okay. Just the badging, the styling. Too much Mustang.
Too much. Okay.
Too much try hard.
Okay, but I guess what I'm trying to get to, right? Like, what about those sports cars that are coming out?
Yeah, the Prelude is an interesting one because previously I'm into the previous gen Preludes because it is that runabout, toss around, low power car that just like yeet, right? Electric cars, I haven't driven like a sporty electric car to know if the electric powertrain is fun. Right? Because like I said in like previous episodes, I like bringing out the engine. I like using all the RPMs. If the Prelude just feels like the power plant is just like a light switch where it just like goes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, but I don't know. I haven't driven a performance-oriented electric car like that.
Yeah. The Plaid would be, well, Model 3 performance.
Yes, fast, but again, I still think it's too. It's not light enough. It doesn't. It feels like a Hellcat. It's fast in a straight line. It doesn't turn very well. It doesn't feel sporty. Even the Model 3, like the smaller one.
But you see, you say that, but when I think it was on Icons, the Plaid, Model S Plaid, M5 CS, and the Cadillac Blackwing, and the Plaid was the fastest around the track. So hard to say if does it actually
handle well. Does it handle well? But I think there's a difference between like handling well and being a fun car.
Yes.
Because like I said, the Plaid, if it's a sedan, I'm going to use a sedan as a daily.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need it to be fast on track. I need it to be fun.
Mm.
So there are cars that I'm sure are amazingly fast on track, but they're not very fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm sort of getting at.
And
like,
so you think the Plaid is, it's probably like fast.
Exactly.
But then it's probably not as fun to drive as, say, M4 competition.
Facts. Miata. I guess that's a bad comparison because the Miata is a sports car, whereas the Tesla Plaid is a sedan.
Sedan,
but there are fun sedans. Like you said, the M5 CS, I'm sure is way more fun. Because the M5 CS won the Evo Performance Car of the Year.
Oh, it did?
I think so. Road Car of the Year because they said the steering was unlike anything else that they've driven before.
Okay. But here's the question then. So you will buy, because the cars, the EVs that you wanted to buy or you want one day are these really hard to obtain $1 million cars, right? But the Prelude is like one of those moments of like that's something more affordable, and you're just not very enthusiastic about it because you haven't tried it, right?
Yeah.
Right. So like, what would the Prelude have to do for you, in order for you to buy it? Because here's another thing too, there's no way you're gonna rev out an EV. There's no revs.
Dude. Did you see the video? Jamie, do we have the ability to add videos in these podcasts? Like, okay, I haven't, I just sent it to you last night. I don't know if you saw. The Hyundai Ioniq 5N has a mode where it, replicates or emulates a gas engine.
Yes.
So the video I sent you last night is a pop video of someone driving the Ioniq 5N in this mode. And he floors it in first gear, and it literally just bangs rev limiter, and it goes, and it's so funny. For no electric car should be banging rev limiter. It doesn't have a rev limiter in first gear.
Yes, exactly.
And it's going 64 kilometers or miles per hour.
Okay.
And it just stuck there until you shift.
Okay.
In an electric car.
Okay. So, but you'll be okay with that?
I think it's so stupid, but so funny. Just the ability to shift and you're taking an electric car and making it worse. I understand that. You're 100% making it worse. But as a person who enjoys cars like that, I don't want the best car. Shifting takes time, and it makes cars slower. But I like shifting. I like hearing
you accept the
crescendo.
fact that there's
And 100% the Ioniq 5N is pumping in fake engine noise.
It definitely
through
is.
The speakers. But that's part of the fun. When I was in high school, we had a phone app that would emulate car noises using the accelerometer. We would plug it into the car stereo of my friend's CRV, and it's fun. I mean, we don't care. It's noise. Noise is fun, and that's the biggest part of missing electric vehicles. Noise.
So basically because it doesn't make noise, you're like, I don't want it. It lacks
noise and shifting.
Noise and shifting.
The Ioniq 5N does noise and shifting, which normal electric vehicles don't do, and I think that's what makes it so much fun.
Oh my god. Okay, that's what do I do with you?
Jamie, put in the clip here, but I gotta show you. It's so amazingly funny.
You're wild. Here's the question. Is the noise only in the cabin, or is it out as well?
It's just inside.
Oh my god. So nobody knows what's going on. So nobody knows what's going on, and
you're the outside, just a normal person driving 64 kilometers an hour.
For the EV, and we're just like, ding, ding, ding.
That's what I mean, right? Like that's what I want from an EV. So Ioniq 5N, I think if they put that powertrain, that programming in the interlude, in the prelude, all for it.
So if it's as long as it's like an Ioniq 5N,
Yeah.
that's something that you will make. They will go, okay, I'll buy it daily.
Yeah.
This guy just blows my mind.
Dude, the other thing is, I don't know what brand it was. It might have been Toyota, where they said they're working on an electric system where it shifts.
Yes,
like
Toyota.
Yeah,
Oh, Toyota.
Yeah, where they want to have like a clutch pedal that emulates.
Yes.
If they do that, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I like driving a manual. I like having that connection. If it's fake, if it's a fake engagement with a fake shifter with an artificial like rev limiter, I don't give a heck.
So if I give you a piece of steak but it's made out of soy, you'll be okay with it.
Well, no, it has to emulate the real steak.
Yeah, so it'll taste like a steak. It'll smell like a steak.
If it tastes exactly like a steak.
Well, you know, not exactly.
This is going off topic, but one of my biggest pet peeves about the Impossible burgers and the Impossible meats
Uh-huh.
is that they try to emulate a meat, like an actual meat thing,
Yeah.
but they don't do it.
It's close.
But it's not close enough. If the opposite is you have a mushroom burger.
Uh-huh.
Not mushroom burger, like you have eggplant. A lot
Okay.
of people do like eggplant and falafel.
Yeah.
It's not trying to be meat. It doesn't taste anything like meat, and that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this doesn't apply to carbs whatsoever. But I'm just talking about in terms of like the soy
I just say because like
tofu. I like fried tofu. It tastes nothing like meat, and that's okay with me. It's just when you try to take tofu and plant alternatives and you try to make it taste like meat, it fails.
So yeah, but that's the thing. I'm just saying, if you look at the Ioniq 5N, it's the same concept. Hey, it doesn't rev, right? But we can make it act like it revs, right? It doesn't actually shift because we know that it's a direct drive. It just puts out power and then you accelerate. But we're gonna emulate that.
Yes, and I think that's different from the burgers because it emulates it so well. Well enough.
We don't. Okay, that yes, but we don't know about the gear shifts yet.
That's true.
That one is still a up in the air thing until it actually comes out. Mm-hmm. So we gotta find out.
Here's another thing. The people compare Porsche PDK to Lamborghini's single clutch in the Aventador, right?
Yeah.
The PDK is like a scalpel. Every single time the shifts are like super exact, right? The Aventador single clutch is jerky. Every time you shift, it goes. Ugh.
Yeah, it's so dramatic.
I think one of the things that they should do is program 2 different modes into the shifts of an electric vehicle. Because you could program it like a PDK where it's like it's super linear.
The cut,
right?
yeah,
so, exactly. Yeah. Or they could program it like an Aventador where like every time you shift it goes and it jerks. I would think that'd be so funny.
I'm gonna lose my lunch every time I drive the car, bro. If I'm sitting in your car and over.
That's the thing about an electric car. You can choose whether you want like a PDK style where it's super linear, or you can choose to be no shifts at all like a Tesla.
Okay. Interesting.
That's the thing I find you can do with electric vehicles. You can do anything you want, program it however you want.
It's a computer. It's a literal rolling a computer with wheels. It's literally that.
Exactly.
Powered like a computer too. See, for me, right? Like I ask this question because for me, I have a very simplistic answer to this. I need something that is cheap to maintain, cheap to operate, cheap to run, right? Because I drive too much. Simple as that, right? So like if it cost me, for example, this is why I bought the Series Z. I did the math. I was driving so much that if I didn't have the Series Z, right, I would spend to drive the BRZ daily and do what I needed to do. It would cost me more to run on its own than for me to buy the Series Z, insure both cars, and daily the Series Z, and have the BRZ as a weekend car. That's how crazy it was for me, right?
True.
So think about that for a second. Like my insurance ain't cheap. Like for both cars, I'll give you the math breakdown. Both cars was like $700, and then it was $700 for insurance, right? And I got a cheap loan on the car. It's like $100. It's like $90 weekly, right? But the math checked out that even if I were to use the CRZ and the BRZ and they're both fully insured, and I have the CRZ as a daily and the BRZ as the weekend car, the amount of fuel I save driving the CRZ pays off the insurance that I'm paying extra for and the car payment itself.
Sheesh.
That's how crazy it was, right? So
compared to just driving the BRZ?
Compared to just driving the BRZ.
Sheesh.
Doing exactly the same mileage, doing exactly the same distance. And on top of that, I didn't even do maintenance yet. Maintenance on the CRZ is also half, but twice the amount of kilometers because of Honda. I'm not gonna lie, I'm that guy that's like, 15,000 kilometers. If the maintenance light doesn't come on to tell me to change my oil, I'm not changing it. I don't see a purpose of this. This engine was supposed to last like 1,000,000 kilometers, right? So why am I going to like, preventative maintenance? No. I'll do preventative maintenance. Spark plugs at 100,000 miles, so 160,000 kilometers. I'll do it. Or tires are on the way out. I'll change them. Brakes last life. Change them. I'll do it. But why am I gonna change the oil when it's at 50% life? I'll change it when it's like last 20% life, right? That alone literally saves half of maintenance on the BRZ. That's how crazy it is, right? So when it comes down to like picking why I like EVs is because I don't need to do maintenance. I don't need to do an oil change. Like I'm thinking about like buying an EV car in the most practical sense of things, where for me to run about 300 to 400 kilometers, I can just charge it at home, and it'll cost me maybe $10. Like overnight, yeah, sure, it'd be slow, but it'll just take me maybe $10 to charge to do all that. Like those are the things I'm thinking about when I buy EV, right? Whereas for you, it's kind of funny where you're like, oh, it has to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't know. Like I'm just trying to like understand your concept of things and then compare it to mine and try to make it make sense overall, right?
When you said the car has to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G for me, the A, B, C, D, E, F, G is FUN. That's literally... that is my number one criteria for a car. So going back to the Ioniq 5N,
yeah.
Remember how I was saying that the Plaid is just too much of a daily car because
yes.
it's a big sedan?
Yeah.
Ioniq 5N theoretically is pretty big as well.
Yeah.
It's just the powertrain. Powertrain in quotes because software.
Okay. Oh, the software, like the gimmicks that it gives you.
The gimmicks of the shifting. If you put that into the Plaid, fuck it, I'm all for it. I take back all I said about it being too fast in a daily driver. Doesn't matter about that. Fun. If it's fun and it gives me the shifts for no reason and the beaming ass noises, that's fun enough for me. I'll take a Plaid.
Okay, so you still want, when you buy an EV, it has to be fun. Exactly. That's your thing.
Number one criteria. I don't give a heck about anything else.
Give you all the gimmicks.
Give me all the noise and stupid things. Give me a toy car. Give me a toy car. Make it feel like Forza.
Make it make sense. Okay, make it a toy car. Okay, all right, cool. So you're on the camp that it still has to be fun. Okay. Yes. All right. I'm thinking, dude. I see an EV. You know what I see an EV as?
A tool. You see it as a tool.
A tool, exactly. Yeah. Because I have my fun car. My BRZ. It's staying with me, and I don't care. If I ever trade it in, it's gonna be a yellow GT4 at this rate. It doesn't matter anymore. Actually, GT3. I don't fit in GT4. GT4's a little. Shit! I can't move. Fuck. Lose some weight, fat boy. I'm trying, but it's still hard. Ah, shit. Yeah. Okay. Interesting thought about it. Guess there's never gonna be a concise answer to why EV is good, but
Well, there's different reasons. Let us know down in the comments below what your opinions are on an EV. Let us know what you think you want in an EV, whether you want it to be a tool like Michael or a fun car like me. And I think that's a pretty good place to wrap up this episode. I
guess so, yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll see y'all next time. And have a good weekend, guys.